Okay, so it's Chandler Klebs again here, and I've decided to make another video since it's my day off on soy. Because I've been researching this whole soy myth, and what in the world is stupid notification? Logging in can be even easier? Oh, shut up. I hate Windows 10 and the notifications. Always so many annoying notifications, and everything, whether it's Java or the Apple product going to update or some stupid Windows 10 update alerting me. It distracts me and drives me crazy. But I'm just going to go on with this video. Okay, so the topic of this video is about soy. And I've been researching all the controversy about soy. Soy is one of the most controversial foods of all time. And I kid you not, because if anybody has been a vegan for some time or is considering going vegan, they come across this thing about soy. And I've talked with people about this on Hangouts and stuff like that for some time too, you know. Papa and I have talked about it a lot, you know. And soy is a favorite among vegans, okay? And there's a reason for this. I mean, first of all, soy is a bean. And I wanted to show you, what inspired me to do this video is that my mom cooked soybeans. And I don't want to, like, spill them on my computer, but I have some soybeans. And I don't usually get to see what cooked soybeans look like. But yeah, here is let's see, where is the camera? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. This is what a soybean looks like inside my spoon. It looks like another bean, except it's all green. That's weird. I don't usually see green beans. It looks kind of like a pea, and it tastes like it a little bit. Well, actually, it doesn't have much of a taste at all, but that's all right because I've got my ketchup with me. I've got myself some Simply Heinz, no artificial sweeteners, and it's really good. Yep. Yeah, this isn't organic, but I got a really good deal on that at Big Lots. They had the cheapest deal on ketchup ever. Okay. Anyway, so because my mom decided to cook some soybeans, and these are organic soybeans, I think she said, I decided, well, while I'm going to eat soybeans for lunch, I'm going to also talk about soy in a video and talk about what I've learned. Sorry, I had to wash that soybean down I ate. I guess I better finish talking before I finish eating my soybeans. Okay, so here's the thing. Some people say that soy causes breast cancer. Some say that it causes men to grow boobs. You know, there's all sorts of various claims about it, you know, and there's a lot of people making videos saying to avoid soy. You know, saying, oh, it's got phytoestrogens, it'll turn you into a woman, so men don't eat it. And it's funny, the things people say about soy. Now, there is something dangerous about soy, and this I do know, okay? A lot of the soy grown in the U.S. is grown by, like, Monsanto and GMOs and pesticides. And let's face it, any food, whether soy or not, that's not organic, is harmful to your health. And that's just a fact, okay? Now, and you can verify that yourself, but listen, okay. I wish I could buy organic all the time, but unfortunately, I'm not rich enough to afford that. But I do get organic soy milk, and I do buy organic bananas and stuff like that. Stuff that's still relatively cheap. And the reason organic is important is because that means that it's not sprayed with pesticides. Now, you've probably heard about GMOs, and I've watched documentaries about this stuff too, you know. So sure, I'm no expert, but I have watched a lot of documentaries and read a lot about the dangers of GMO foods and pesticides and stuff. So here's the thing, when it comes to pesticides, now pesticides are chemicals that they spray on the crops they're growing that kill the bugs. They'll kill any bug. So if a grasshopper or an ant tries to eat those plants that have been sprayed with this, it will kill them, okay? That's what pesticides do, you know. Anything that ends with "side" like that usually means something dies. Suicide, homicide, regicide, pesticide. You get the idea. It's bug murder, basically. And I don't like the killing of bugs either, right? Now, of course, for efficiency, people, yes, they put pesticides on the crops so that they can grow, you know, millions of crops and not have the bugs eat them all. Because if the bugs eat them, they can't sell them and they can't eat them themselves. So that's why, you know, pesticides became a thing. But pesticides have also caused some problems because ever since pesticides started being used on crops, because in the old days, all crops were organic. Everything was organic because chemical pesticides hadn't been invented. And the reason I'm talking about organic and versus GMO pesticides and stuff is this is something that not everybody knows, but this is important for your health, okay? So, genetically modified organisms means that the plant has either been artificially modified by humans in a lab or just through natural selection by being sprayed with pesticides. The plants have become resistant and even immune to the pesticides because the pesticides could kill the plants, and indeed they do, unless those plants are GMO, because anything that will kill bugs will also kill plants unless those plants have an immunity to that particular pesticide. So you have Monsanto using the Roundup and other products on their soybeans, and other companies using pesticides. They do this for profit, for money, okay? Because if they can grow tons and tons of stuff, spray it with pesticides, and then kill any bugs who even get close to these plants and try to eat them, then they can sell all the crops grown to the humans, make more money. So whenever money's involved, people become corrupt and do things like that. But here's what happens. Because they kill the bugs, and they also kill the plants that are not immune to those pesticides, what do you think they do to the humans who eat them? What do you think? And there has been an increase in so many diseases since the pesticides and GMO crops became mainstream. It's had a negative impact on people's health. And here's the thing. People don't realize this, but if you may buy all your produce organic, you may buy, you know, all your beans and nuts and grains organic. You may do that. But if you can afford to do that, good for you, because that's the way to go. But you also have to be vegan, and here's why. The animals are fed the GMO crops almost all the time. And if you eat the animals who have been fed the crops that have been sprayed with pesticides, first of all, that causes diseases in those animals. And then when humans eat them, they inherit those same diseases, the cancers and the stuff like that, you know. And all sorts of trouble that results from the pesticides. So, and even if you do eat animals that have never eaten GMO crops, and first of all, how do you know? You're still damaging your health because, you know, people just don't realize the animal hormones they're ingesting when they eat meat, dairy, and eggs and stuff like that, and especially dairy. This is well known. There's documentaries about this, and even people who are not vegan like I am, you know, even the people who try to justify killing the animals for the pleasure of our taste buds, they still know that there can be harms that come from the dairy and meat consumption, particularly the dairy and also the meat, that it affects the balance of testosterone and estrogen. In spite of this, in spite of the fact that the number one cause of, reproductive health issues and, and all sorts of hormonal imbalance related diseases and other problems, in spite of the fact that the majority of it is caused by the consumption of animal products, people continue to eat those products, and then they avoid soybeans because they're told that soybeans have estrogen and will screw up your hormone balance, which is ironic because it's very interesting because, I've researched a lot about hormones too. And, I have a lot of things that I know from what I've read, and I even have a few theories about this that, are not verified. So don't quote me on this as what I'm about to say is fact, but given the high intake of estrogenic animal foods, particularly from the beef, and the dairy, because, they're eating tons of these cows and consuming their milk that is loaded with mostly animal estrogen. Because, and this is something I read, did you know that when human women breastfeed their babies, during that time, those babies will have a swelling or enlargement of the breasts? Why? Because the hormones from their mother's breast milk is going into them. That's their food. And it goes away after they stop nursing, of course. But it's very interesting. And so what do people think that consuming cow's milk does to them? And, it's interesting how the hormonal problems caused by specifically the consumption of dairy. Dairy is absolutely the worst food health-wise. And it's also the worst ethically, too. And I will explain why it's the worst both. See, the reason that consumption of dairy is most unethical is because that requires breeding the cows, because the mothers only give milk when their babies are born. When they give birth to a calf, then they start producing the milk to feed to their babies that were just born. But the humans kill the babies or sell them off to somebody else who kills them, and then they extract all the milk from the cow as long as they can so they can sell it. And then people buy it and drink this stuff, not realizing what it does to their health and not realizing that they're paying people for the breeding and killing of animals by the billions. Okay, so this is why vegans are so adamant about promoting veganism, and that's why I am. That's why this channel this channel started out as me just talking about, my rants against the harms of religion and just, talking about video games and showing off my art and stuff like that. That's how it started. But then I became vegan and my priorities changed. And not only am I a vegan today for ethical reasons. Ethical reasons have always been the top thing, but health reasons are important too. And recently I've been doing more videos about health related stuff because I work in the health market and customers are looking for certain things, and I know how to help them because I've learned some things about gluten-free. I've learned a lot about gluten-free. I have online friends with celiac disease, so I learned about gluten-free. I already learned so much going vegan, all the things I read and heard and watched in videos, So I already know about the health benefits of veganism. I also know why people have to have gluten-free. I've also researched aspartame more than you can imagine. And I even talked to the dietitian about aspartame. And she said that legally she can't tell me that it's, good or bad one way or another because there's not enough research. And yet everybody makes all these claims about all the problems it causes. And I find the claims about aspartame to be equivalent to the claims that people make about soy, because I don't believe that there has really been enough evidence to suggest that consumption of soy is really harmful to your health. In fact, it even has some benefits. I've even read stuff to the contrary of saying it can actually help prevent breast cancer and stuff like that. And so it's like, just like I did my video about who do I believe about health, I'm still continuing that theme. Who do I believe about health? What foods are healthy or not? And like I've said before, try eating different things in your own body, and see how it affects you. See, this video is very important, just like my other video is very important, and I'm on the health phase. I've also been on a slight sexuality phase recently. I did my video, homophobia and heterophobia, I think I titled it, because while I'm learning about health, I'm also learning about the history of, the LGBT movement and the violence done to gay people and transgender people, and it's just horrifying, and it's interesting. But anyway, I don't want to get too sidetracked on that. I thought it was worth mentioning because while I'm talking about the violence done to animals, it's comparable to the violence done against, the LGBT people, violence done against blacks, violence done against women, the minorities of the world. Although women aren't exactly a minority, but they have been the worst treated human beings throughout history. Now, anyway, back to soy. So there's all these myths about soy saying, oh, it'll give you cancer, or it will shrink your testicles, or or cause erectile dysfunction, or it'll make men grow boobs and all this stuff. And there's all these different things people say about it. And as a result, because I'm kind of a rebel, I decided, hey, if everybody's saying all this stuff, why don't I uptake my intake of soy? I don't think I said that right. But anyway, so what I've been doing is, and people see this all the time, is I will, on break, while I'm on break at work at Hy-Vee, I will drink a whole carton, which is like a half gallon, those little, cartons of organic, unsweetened soy milk. Now, sometimes I have the vanilla, and there have been other times I'll have the ones that aren't organic, because, we don't sell the chocolate we don't sell organic chocolate soy milk. We have vanilla, we have the unsweetened, but we don't have the organic chocolate, which is really kind of sad. And I hope that they get that in stock seriously, because I like the chocolate too, and I try not to consume that too often because it's so loaded with sugar, but man, does that taste good. If you ever thought chocolate cow's milk tasted good, try chocolate soy milk. Well, to me it tastes better, but then I've also forgotten what dairy tastes like because it's been years since I drank cow's milk. I won't do it. You don't try to force feed me cow's milk anymore. I will smack your head with that gallon of milk if you try. That stuff is poison. I used to eat cheese, and I'll tell you, my health was awful when I consumed dairy. And then, ever since I gave up dairy upon going vegan, I lost a whole bunch of weight. And now, even though no matter how much food I consume, I keep losing weight. Since I started working in the health market, I've actually been losing weight. And I think it's because I'm working more hours now. I'm working 7-hour shifts 4 days a week lately. And my exercise and my body has been put through more stress, more challenge but I haven't increased my food intake to match up with that. And I weighed myself and I was below 150 pounds. So I'm actually a little bit concerned that I'm losing too much weight. That's the thing, is I actually need to eat more or it could get ugly. So I actually need to eat more because I don't actually eat all that much, but I can drink a lot. And so I drink the organic soy milk on break because I can drink it very fast. Like I can drink in 15-20 minutes, I can drink a whole half gallon of that stuff. And it's filling because soybeans are filling. Like I ate some of these soybeans last night and I had my bowl filled. I couldn't eat it in one sitting because soybeans are very filling. They're loaded with protein. And this is why they're a favorite among vegans. I want to get back to that. A lot of the vegan alternatives, like tofu is used as an alternative to meat in recipes, as well as there's soy cheese and there's even soy in like the veganese, I call it. Papa says it's veganese, but who cares? I like to call it veganese. So yeah, soy is in so many of the alternatives that are meant to mimic the traditional animal products, but you don't have to use those. And soy milk is a prime example. Soy milk became a competitor to the dairy industry. They didn't like seeing that people were drinking soy milk, buying that instead of dairy milk. So then here's what I think happened, and I've heard this, I don't know if this is true, but I heard that basically the dairy industry is who spread this myth that soy was so harmful. And I think the reason they would do that is because they want people to buy their dairy products. They don't want people buying the soy milk. Well, guess what? Some of us are vegans for ethical or health reasons, and some of us are also lactose intolerant or allergic to dairy entirely. So the dairy industry will lose. I don't know how long it will take, but the dairy industry will fall. And I hope that I live to see the day when that happens. And so anyway, soy has become a very popular food among vegans. And for this reason, vegan men are sometimes referred to as soy boy. And I'm a soy boy, okay? I am totally a soy boy because, first of all, I consume a lot of soy. And second of all, I'm pretty sure I'm a boy. Sometimes I question that. I really should have been born a girl. That would have simplified my life in so many ways, I feel. Oh, that's a topic for another video. But anyway, soy is a very filling and very cheap food. And so many vegan products are made with it. It's a popular thing, Many protein bars are using soy. If you look at the protein bars at the Health Market at Hy-Vee, and I do, I stock just about every product the Health Market has. And so whenever I see a new product that I've never stocked before, I look at the ingredients and see what's the protein content, what's the sugar content, and what are the ingredients. And if it has anything from dairy or eggs or honey, I don't buy it. But if it says certified vegan, or it doesn't say certified vegan, but it will say like it contains soy and wheat, but it doesn't mention anything about dairy. And then there's some of them that they'll say, contains soy, but made in a factory that also processes dairy and eggs and shellfish and weird stuff like that. I still buy that stuff if it's on sale. I don't tend to buy it very often, but except peanuts. I buy the cheapest peanuts I can find, and of course they're made in a factory that also processes that other stuff. But peanuts are cheap, and when money's really tight, I will live off of peanuts because they're the cheapest nut, and I like them. They taste pretty good. So anyway, yeah. Anyway, I get rambling. See, this is what happens with my videos. I try to keep my videos short and on topic, but I can't do it. My brain is screwed up. That's just the way my brain works. And I know my hair's messed up too. Also, I have these marks on my nose because I had my glasses tied on my head too tight with my rubber band, and it actually tore some of the skin off my nose. So this is why I'm not wearing my glasses in my video, because it literally hurts me to wear my glasses. And I have to wear my glasses later today because I have to go to the library, and I have a friend to visit. But I wanted to record this video on soy, and the fact my uncooked soybeans reminded me of that. But I can eat lots of soybeans, and I can drink soy milk. I probably drink soy milk 2 to 4 times a week, a whole carton, because I work 4 days a week, and sometimes I will just drink the whole soy milk. Sometimes I don't, because I'm trying to save money, so I'll buy myself a Powerade. Like I'll get a Powerade, you know, get some protein bars are on sale, like the Lara bars. Lara bars were on sale, and even the Luna bars were on sale. Now the Lara bars, they all look to be certified vegan, but the Luna bars at Hy-Vee, some of them are vegan and some are not. You have to look at the ingredients, and so it's time consuming, which is why most people are too lazy to be vegan. But I look at the ingredients on everything to see if it's got any traces of milk or eggs. If there's anything in there, you gotta read those labels, man. Sometimes they'll stick honey in there, because at the bottom of the ingredients list they'll say if it contains dairy or eggs or peanuts and common allergens. But if it has honey, they don't mention that. You have to read the entire ingredients list to see if it has honey. And I mistakenly bought things that had honey, which doesn't bother me too bad, because from a health perspective, I don't think honey is bad for you. I don't know, but I still avoid buying it, because we should not be enslaving the bees and then stealing their honey that they're trying to store as their food for the winter. That's just wrong. We have other sweeteners to use. Okay. So anyway, yeah, I've rambled on about the ethics, and I've also talked about some of the health things, you know, the reasons why organic is good, because we want to avoid pesticides. Now, before I end this video, let's see if there's anything else I wanted to mention. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention that, yeah, I have increased my intake of soy by drinking a lot of soy milk, and you know, the protein bars that I'll buy as a quick break snack will have soy instead of whey, because soy and whey are the top two ingredients in the protein bars and the protein drinks. And I know where the different products are because I stock these things. And so, like for example, the Advant Edge protein drinks that are pre-made, they're dairy free and sugar free, and sometimes I have them. They're a bit expensive, but they're good. And so I recommend them to customers who are looking for a protein drink that's low sugar or dairy free, because they're really good. They have a vanilla, they have a chocolate, and they have a strawberry. I've tried them all and they're good. They taste really good, and they're sugar free. I think they have some other sort of artificial sweetener. And some people avoid that, you know, some people avoid the aspartame, some people avoid the sucralose. I don't particularly worry about that, because those don't upset my body. But too much sugar does upset me. As an example, I found some chocolate soy ice cream, you know, because there's the dairy-free ice cream section. I know where that is at Hy-Vee too. I love working in the health market because I get to see where everything is. Unfortunately, I ate the whole chocolate. It was a quart, a whole quart. Okay, never mind that long stretch of silence. That was just my mom interrupting me with my life again. And there may be more interruptions because we are waiting for some important calls, but she just wanted to tell me that somebody called and asked her if she was the author from Horror to Hope, and she said yes, and I'm like, oh, okay, bye. Interesting, yeah, because my mom wrote a book. She actually has published 2 books. I've published books. Yeah, we're authors. Anyway, I may have to edit some of that silence out in this video. Okay, so I want to end this video, but I was saying something, and now I can't remember. Okay, oh yeah, anyway, I've consumed a lot more soy than ever before because, you know, I wanted to see for myself, take my own advice, see if I consume a lot of soy, do I notice any difference? And the truth is, I really don't notice any difference except one thing. My muscles are stronger, much stronger. And it could be because the protein intake has increased, because the protein in soy milk is absolutely massive. And I'm trying to get my muscles as strong as I can so I can keep up with my very physically demanding job. So anyway, I've only received benefits from my consumption of soy, and I wanted people to know that. If people have heard that soy is dangerous and they're just concerned about it. Okay. So anyway, that's the thing. That's all I've got to say for now. And I would have had this video under 30 minutes, but I'll have to figure out what to do. I may publish this video as is, but then I may upload an edited version later for people who don't want a video of 10 minutes of silence in the middle of it. Okay, anyway, that's all I have to say for now. Bye.